Step into Harvey's on Main, where your most cherished moments come to life. Located in the heart of downtown Corbin, their stunning ballroom sets the perfect stage for weddings, receptions, and celebrations of every kind. Relax and prepare for your big day, designed with comfort and elegance in mind. From intimate gatherings to grand celebrations, Harvey's on Main offers a rustic, timeless atmosphere that makes every event unforgettable. Your day, your way. Celebrate with Harvey's on Main.
Located at 511 South Main Street, Corbin, Kentucky, Sugar Booger's Custom Cakes has been bringing delicious treats to the Tri-County area for over a decade. Whether it be a cupcake, cookie, cake pop, brownie, or a signature one-of-a-kind custom cake that will be the star of any event, Sugar Boogers has you covered. Easy online ordering with polite, knowledgeable staff guaranteed to make each experience easy and stress-free. Go check them out on Facebook or give them a call for a free estimate. Sugar Boogers Custom Cakes for all occasions, 606-344-6595.
Are you a jerky jerk?
Oh, yeah!
Dang it.
Hey, let me get a piece.
No can do. This is my last piece of RJ's beef jerky.
RJ's Beef Jerky. Real jerky for real jerky jerks.
You owe me jerky.
All right, well, guys, that wraps up the show tonight. Thank you, Jenny Baker, for coming on tonight. We have Eugene Smith coming on Friday.
Eugene Smith.
And then James Jones Monday, right?
Yes, James Jones Monday.
So, guys.
And hold on, let me tell you something. Breaking news, even to you. We have undisclosed information that no one knows. We, No Sugarcoating Podcast, are going to be the first to get it out to the public.
Sounds awesome. So, guys, make sure to tune in on Friday's show. If that's it, we'll just call it a night.
Yeah, calling that.
Have a great night, guys.
See you.
Hey, dude.
And that's real.
Dude, before you get out of here, I got to take the garbage out. You give me a hand, that way we can get out of here real quick?
You dropped your big mic?
All right, my man. Man, that's an awesome show.
Hey,
listen, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in what Jenny had to say. Dude, she's got pictures of Bigfoot.
I can't wait for that.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I really cannot wait for the Bigfoot.
Dude, you're the only person that believes in Bigfoot.
And my wife.
Right.
Yeah. I can't wait till she comes back and shows us them videos and stuff.
She said videos, didn't she?
Yeah, she said she had a video.
Dude, ain't nobody going to believe it.
And then that lady called me and said something about a picture or something.
Her daughter.
Yeah, her daughter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Whoa. What's that?
No way. No way.
Jenny ain't gonna believe this.
Shh, let's think about it. Dude, there's no way. We're just talking about this. No way.
Lord mercy. What is that?
I think he's pissing.
He's got a tiny pecker.
Shh, 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 shh. Let's go check it out. Oh, that's him. He's really pissing. Dude. Why do they call him Bigfoot? Why do they call him Bigfoot? I would be embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed. Getting called Bigfoot with such a little pecker. My God, maybe they should call him Little Stump. Get out of here. Get out of here. Call him Little Stump. Jeez, oh Pete. No wonder he stays hid. I wouldn't show my face in no damn body if I pack like that. It's supposed to be Bigfoot. Next episode, guys.
Kick off your boots, come gather round. We're digging up secrets that can't stay down. Bigfoot's out there in the midnight air. Aliens watching from who knows where. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien, CIA. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. Oh! head is gonna tell you why. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien secrets to break. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. Footsteps in the woods, lights in the sky. Some call it crazy, we just ask why. Laugh if you wanna, but you just might see there's more to the world than they want it to be. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien secrets to break. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. Truth or a tale, come and see. We're gonna have some fun, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. You're watching the No Sugar Coating Podcast. This is Ronnie, the producer, and we have Paul Buchanan with us today and Jericho Mason. Get ready, we have a live one tonight. Tune in. Here we go. Be sure to like, follow, and share.
What is going on? Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere where you can find us. Tonight is a highly, highly anticipated one. We've got James Jones here tonight, following up Jenny Baker. So Jenny was talking about the county. Now we've got James here talking about London City. So we're going to get to hear both sides of London. So you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, I'm James Jones. They call me JJ, so
JJ.
appreciate the opportunity to be here and look forward to talking about anything you guys want to talk about. So appreciate it.
Okay.
Everybody needs to vote number 4.
Yeah, well, so far you have 2 votes.
Okay.
So
That's a winner then.
Yeah, so you are winning so far, and
I
it's,
have no idea
it
what
is
I won.
not. It is not very often somebody beats me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Do I get one of those big chocolate chip cookies?
Actually, no. And you get an opportunity to eat some disgusting jelly beans or do something crazy
Oh, I
on that
can't
wheel.
do that.
well, that's the take on it. If you don't want to do what the wheel says, you got to eat some jelly beans.
Oh, I got
But
you.
we got nasty ones and hot ones.
Okay.
So you get to pick.
All right.
So very excited because James is here tonight. He's got a lot to talk about. Wants to kind of get into the reason why he wanted to be a part of the city council. What's kind of led him there, and we're just wanting to give him an opportunity to tell his story. Guys, you're more than welcome to ask questions. They will be presented so that everyone can see. But without further ado, let me kick it back over to Jericho to get
Yeah.
this interview started.
Yeah. What more? Sorry, I was just seeing that. I don't know why it's doing that. Look at the color grade on that right there.
Oh, wow.
That camera's never done that. It must be that cord. It has to be.
Could be.
Anyway, past that. Sorry, guys. Leanne said something about the camera audio. Everybody hear us good?
Should be able to hear us good.
All right, good, because I don't want no mistakes tonight.
I look a lot bigger on that screen.
Well,
I'm really not that big.
I think
Not in real life. It adds 20 pounds.
Yeah, cameras
There we
add 20 pounds.
That looks like
So-
that's 60.
So you yourself have a lot to talk about. What's how you want to start this?
Just we can start it ever how you want to. I mean, you got questions. I know you guys talked about the council meeting, I guess about a year ago.
Yeah. Now is that what started the heat on you? A year ago, I'm sure almost everyone's seen the video and stuff, and a lot of people was there. But is that what started everything with you?
Yeah, I guess, I've never, and I don't even consider myself a politician. I don't. Very rarely will I watch the news or keep up with anything like that. I'm really not, I'm not what you call a politician. I'm just a person. And I've always been the type of person that it's right, it's right, it's wrong, it's wrong. And, you know, just like everybody else, I've had my fair share of mistakes and past experiences and done things wrong. And, you know, when you see something that's not right, and then you see something that's right, and then you always want to try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of torn me with that council meeting is I had watched some previous council meetings, and I just felt like that there was not things being done correctly.
So that's what made you run for council.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I wanted to. So what happened was.
That's always the best stories that start off with what had happened was.
What had happened was, because I mean, you know, we're going to talk about it. We're just going to get it out of the mud anyway. So what happened is there was a vacancy that became available in January of 2025. I think Kilp Jervis was the one that had resigned from the city council. And, you know, watching the January city council meetings, that's when kind of everybody started watching the city council meetings, because I think it was the January the 6th council meeting. This was right after the Harless incident. And I watched that meeting, and I watched like just nonstop. People were just absolutely hammering Mayor Weddle, and people were asking questions, and they were just, you know, wanting to look at they was just a full out attack. Well, people that had knew me, and I had owned and operated with my family a small business in London, and we did like the pallet sales and the bin sales, and you know, with the dig bins and all that was real popular back then. There was a time that Mayor Weddle had actually, I think, been a part of a business here in London. And the people, long story short, the people that I were buying my product off of went in and purchased and bought that business. They bought the name and the product and all that. Well, when they did that, they called me and said, hey, we can't sell you product any longer because the people that we purchased this from put a no compete clause in. And, you know, these guys I was buying product off live out of state, so they really didn't know anybody, but they had mentioned Randall's name and said, hey, it was part of that. And that kind of cut me off of my product.
Pissing you off a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, when I got around people that would say anything about Randall, you know, I was like, man, he cut me off of my product, and, you know, and it hurt me. It hurt my business at that time. And I'll be honest, I never cared a lot about the guy. Had never met him in my life, but I didn't care anything about him. I mean,
well, when you mess with the way somebody eats.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm bringing in like a truckload of product a week, and that business at the time was bringing in maybe 5-6 a day. So when my suppliers came in and bought that business, they can't sell me that product any longer because supposedly Randall had put, you know, a no compete clause in. And I thought, man, that's kind of done me in. So I had to go in and change my whole aspect of business. I had to
thought, wasn't it last year sometime they done away with no competes, made them illegal?
I have no idea.
Doesn't matter. Let's truck along with your story.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
So, no, you're good. You're good. So there were people that I'd had discussions with that knew
I
That
disliked
you had some tension with Randall.
that I disliked it.
Yeah.
And me being a small business owner since 2016 in London, I had reached out to someone and I was like, hey, because I watched that January meeting and I was like, hey, can I get up there and speak? And they was like, let's get you on the agenda. And I was like, well, how are you going to do that? And they said, well, we have to, because I didn't know the process about doing anything.
Right.
And they said, well, we'll have a council member put you on the agenda. And that's what happened. So they put me on the agenda.
Now, this is the notorious council meeting that went viral, that everybody in the entire state of Kentucky and most of Tennessee and Ohio seen. Mm-hmm. So this is just to kind of give a little background to the council meeting you're talking about that you spoke at.
So I got put on the agenda for the February 2025 council meeting. It was a regular called meeting, and I was on that agenda to address the council and the mayor and I guess the people there. And so I get placed on the agenda, and then the person that I had communicated with was like, hey, we're going to have this council member reach out to you, and we want to make sure that, that you're up there. What you say, these attacks cannot be personal. We got to make sure that we can't go at this in a personal way because of the people that that's watching or hearing and the citizens and stuff. So, you can't make it personal. And there's like, you got to get some stuff together, blah blah blah. We want you to say this. We want you to say.
So you were instructed what to say and how to kind of lay out the conversation.
Yeah, they were text messages between. And I have to be careful. I'm not going to mention the council person's name. I'm actually still in
Litigation and stuff?
Yeah, I'm still going into court with another issue. We may get to that in a little bit. But I'm not going to say this council person's name. I mean, heck, if you've watched the council meetings, you know who it is. So, I mean, I'm not going to mention this person's name. And but there were conversations, text messages, phone calls, and they were talking about, hey, we want to talk about this, we want to talk about that, I need you to say this, I need you to say that. And they were basically coercing and coaching me on what to say, how to say it, and even how to present myself. Did
it seem like it was intentional?
Oh, it was direct to the point of doing nothing. My sole purpose in being put on that agenda and getting up there and speaking was to just totally make the mayor look bad.
Now, you said that too.
I've said that several times.
In that video that everybody's seen, you said that.
Yeah. And, it was those days leading up to that council meeting was kind of like, it was mind-boggling. It was exhausting. It was mentally and physically exhausting because, here I am. I'm getting ready to stand up and bash the mayor of the city that I live in. Okay. And then I'm being told what to say. And then on the other hand, all these phone calls and messages and things that were discussing on the angle they were talking about. And this is what led me to record the conversations. There was a couple phone calls, and that's not recorded, that I had with a few people. And basically what they were saying was, when you go into that meeting and you attack Mayor Weddle, you have to do it in a way that's not personal. And the way that we're going to do this and the things that we're going to do in advance is that we are going to attack his departments, the ones that he's over. And so they're going to attack the budgets, and they're going to attack
the departments and the layoffs and the finances. And so I asked a question on a phone call one day, and I said, so when you're talking about attacking these departments that he's over, like exactly, you just got to lay it out to him. You got to tell me, like, and just old country boy language, like, what are you talking about attacking the departments? And they said, well, we're going to amend the budgets so severely that it's going to force layoffs. And I asked a question. I said, so you mean to tell me that people are going to go home that work for the city, like the fire department, sanitation workers, and they're going to have to tell their kids and their family that they don't have a job anymore?
Now, this is factual. You have all the evidence to.
This is open records request on that February meeting. You can get the text messages. You can get the
Because that's what we want to steer on the side of caution also.
right, and that's fine because I am under litigation, and my attorney is actually monitoring this podcast live. So
Right. So everything that you are saying, there are receipts, you have everything to back this up with.
But I'm discussing right now the conversations that led up to the reason why that I needed to record, that I felt like I needed to record future conversations.
Right.
Because I went home and I thought, man, somebody's going to lose their jobs, and with my past and my reputation, because I'm July, August, September, October, I'm about 7-8 months sober, because I had been, I had suffered from being, an alcoholic and drunk and was pretty bad shape up until June of 2024. So I was trying to get my reputation back and everything. And I thought, well, if I get up here and I blast this mayor and I say what they're wanting me to say, and they come at me, I've got nothing to fall back on. Like, so I decided to record the phone calls. And about somewhere in the middle of January, I had met my son, who I had lost a relationship with because of my excess drinking and stuff. And I hadn't gave his Christmas presents to him yet. And I had to meet him and his mother in a parking lot 6-7 weeks after Christmas. And I had to give his Christmas presents to him. And I gave his Christmas presents to him. And before I get kind of emotional talking about it, because it's a sincere part of my life, but after I gave his Christmas presents to him, as I was walking off, he said, "Hey, Dad." And I turned around and he said, "Man, just always be a good dad. Always do the right thing. Just do the right thing." And that kept tinkering over in my head over and over and over. Do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. So it's a Sunday evening. The council meeting is on a Monday, and I'm kind of tossed up. I'm like, man, what am I going to do? Because here I am. I've got these recorded conversations. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to get up here and I'm going to do what they're instructing me to do, or what am I going to do? So I'm scrolling through my phone, and I don't know why when I opened my phone, but it came up on my contacts and not my dial, like where you could straight dial somebody. And when I opened it up, it was on a couple names, and I looked, and it was one of my old suppliers that had bought that business. So I just hadn't touched base with them in 3-4 years. So I called and I started talking to him. We started talking. I said, "Hey, let me ask you a question." And he said, "Yeah, JJ, go ahead." I said, "When you guys came down here in London and you bought that business and you couldn't sell me product any longer because of that no compete clause, was that because of what your business partner told me? Was that because of Randall Weddle?" And he said, "No, JJ." He said, "He lied to you." He said, "And the reason that he lied to you is that where we was a business in London as well as you you would no longer become a customer of ours, but you would become competition. And at that moment, I was like, daggone. So for the last 2, 3, 4 years, I've talked bad about this guy, and it wasn't true. And I'm still on the fence. I don't know what to do. So Monday comes around, I get a couple calls, you know, I recorded them as well. And I'm sitting in that council meeting on Monday evening, people's up speaking, and I'm down here on the agenda, and it comes my turn to speak, and I'm still torn on what to do. And I had the recordings, had my phone, and when I got up there, I kept hearing that voice, Dad, do the right thing. And I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't look at somebody that I didn't know, you know, and do something that I've been coached and, you know, coerced to do just because they don't like this person. So I just did the total opposite. I played the recordings, and you seen the reaction.
Yeah, pretty wild reaction.
So
I mean, I seen that, and I tell you, and listen, I'm no bias to anyone. I mean, I've only met you the first time at Melissa's interview that we did, and then now. So, and I remember you standing, and I remember watching this video. I remember playing it to you, and you were up there, man, and you were just, it seemed like you were shaking like a leaf on a tree, just so torn, so kind of back and forth, so kind of worried about the repercussions of what you were going to do. Like, there's no way. And then you're like, I've never even spoke to that man. And then by the time that you'd started that call, everybody was getting up. Shut it down. And everybody just started scattering.
yeah,
Before everybody kind of figured out what was going on.
yeah, there was parts in those recorded audio that talked about, you know, basically behind the closed door meetings that the council had just to put me on the agenda. Like, one council member went to another council member, and then they went to another council member, and the council member said that this council member was for me, that he supported me, but this other council member, she was like, no, he's a hothead, you don't know what you're doing, we don't need to get him up there, blah, blah, blah. And then there was a talk about the time, because everything that they wanted me to say was going to require more time than 2 minutes that they normally give you. So they were going to request that I get 5 minutes to speak. Well, because there was another person on the agenda to speak, they knew that this person was going to speak in favor of the mayor. So if they were to give me 5 minutes in those audio recordings, that council member said, we would have, if we give you 5 minutes, we got to give this other person 5 minutes, and we know what he's going to say. We know what he's going to do. So they didn't want to do that. But they did even ask, if you go back and watch the video of that meeting, they did even ask, could we get more time? And they said, well, you've already sent in for 5 minutes. I think the mayor did. And he said, we'll go with 5 minutes. So, and then, you know, I just wanted to make sure, because I knew that once I played those recordings and the people actually got a chance to hear the truth for once of what goes behind closed doors in these meetings with politicians, I knew that the retaliation would come. I knew who I was dealing with. I knew the history of this particular group of people, and I knew what I was going to be dealing with. And but I wanted to make sure that I did the right thing. And for daggone, for one time in my life, man, that I did the right thing, but Lord have mercy, has it ever been mentally and physically exhausting.
after that, though, when you walked out, how was you mentally? Were you mentally prepared for what would happen next? I mean, was it what you expected? Because this kind of hit big time.
Yeah, that's a good question. So if you watch the video, I'm playing the recording, and there's a council lady, and she's standing up, and she's like, get him out of here, get him out of here. And I'm like, I've got 2 more minutes. And she's like, no, get him out of here. Where's your police officers at when things like this happen? Get him out of here, get him out of here. And I just go ahead and hit play on that second audio recording, and it starts playing, and they lose their mind. I mean, they were people in that audience that were giving me, well, matter of fact, one of the council members' own son was standing up giving me the finger. People were yelling at me. Some people were clapping. Some were yelling, screaming, profanities. Had a guy giving me the finger. So one of the police officers come over there, and they escort me out. Well, as soon as I get out the door, I mean, as soon as I walk out that community center's door of that meeting, there was a vehicle that pulls in, like, ferociously.
Like a CIA, like just a drug bus rolling up on you.
Pulls in, puts the vehicle up in park, opens the door, and this little old lady gets, well, not old lady, but this young lady gets out, and she storms right towards me, pointing her finger, calling me a liar, a traitor. And like, she's so far up in my face that she is actually, like, I can feel her spit, like she's actually spitting on me. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And the police officer's like, hey, you can't do this. And like, she's hammering me, man. And come to find out, it's the wife or fiance or whatever of the council people that I had recorded. So it happened immediately as soon as I left.
So you knew, I mean, that was a pretty good indication that more was to come. I mean, if you couldn't even walk out of the building, right. That's just me. And again, this is impartial as can be. Right. This is just connecting dots. If the repercussions start the very moment after you walk away from something, then you know that's not the end of it.
Well, just the fact that so many people got mad that you was putting the truth out there.
Well, we still got to see some receipts, right? But that's the thing. Anytime you go against any kind of authority, period, there's that something inside of you knows you are sacrificing something. Something's got to give up, because it's different than going before a judge when you screwed up.
Yeah,
you're going up against a council with accusations, right? Yeah. And going against what they gave you to say, flipping the script. Your nerves are going to be on edge, and then at the moment you walk out, you get confronted, and then all of a sudden you're getting hit with news, you're getting hit with requests.
All he done,
threats.
I mean, everybody can say this is factual. Everybody heard you play the recording.
Right, everything is there.
Everybody heard you play the recording, and all that recording was somebody coercing you and coaching you to put out a certain narrative.
Mm-hmm.
A narrative that you initially was not going to do. Right?
It's exactly what that was. And feel free, anybody that's watching this or has any speculation to what I'm saying is not the truth, file an opens records request. Get the audios, get the text messages, get everything that you can possibly get. Matter of fact, one of the council members, before I got up to speak, sent a text message to my phone and stated, hey, be professional. Everything that you say when you're up there is going to have a reflection upon that council member that was coaching me. I mean, I have the text message still available. It's part of open records. So
it's like, just to kind of jump back on what Jericho said, at that moment, why wouldn't everyone in London feel betrayed?
Right.
You know what I mean? If they were pushing a narrative and the narrative started there, then it makes you wonder
Who's got what in that game?
Yeah, who's running what game? Who's working this angle? Who's working this angle? And is what I'm hearing the truth, or is it just something that to be said for shock value, or it just begins to question the whole legitimacy of that council? Because if you can say it, why couldn't they say it to everybody else? If they were feeding you facts, why couldn't they ask the mayor themselves during one of those meetings, if it was factual, what they wanted you to say?
Yeah,
Outside person.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I guess what's so difficult to try to explain right now is how much I have learned about everything that they were saying in those recordings that I have. I look back now and I see that the steps in 2025 and you know, there were like 33 or 35 council meetings in 2025. And I look back at those council meetings, and just about everything that council did reflects back upon that February meeting in those recordings. Talking about amending the budgets.
Yeah.
Talking about people losing their jobs. Look what's happened. Talking about, for example, in those recordings, the council member says, the only person that's stopping us from removing him from office, talking about the mayor, is Holly Little. She's the only person on this council that is keeping us from removing him. And I wish we could remove her, but we can't, because it takes a 6-0 vote.
It's unanimous. It's got to be unanimous vote.
But look what happens to Holly. Holly's I think it was her father or somebody was sick. There was times that she couldn't be there. So they passed an ordinance to where it was mandatory that you would have to be present at the council meetings. You could no longer be on Zoom. Finally, basically, they forced her out. Once they forced her out, they appointed another council member in her position. Now they hold a 6-0 vote.
Well, see, we've talked about how crazy that is. We all agree. I'm speaking for a council to appoint other members is crazy. It should be a city vote. I don't understand why everybody in the city wouldn't be happy re-voting for a council member. Mm-hmm. That way you kept the checks and balances, just like the Holly Little was a check and balance in that system.
Yeah, because appointing somebody, they're only going to appoint people that's in their favor.
Like-minded individuals.
Yeah, you ever played pickup basketball? I mean,
yeah.
You're going to not want somebody are you going to pick somebody that shoots the ball every time? You want somebody that's a team player. You know?
Well, I mean, you got a 6-foot guy and a 3-foot guy. Who you picking?
There you go.
You're going to pick that 6-foot guy every time.
That was another good point there too, Paul, is that, you know, here's the way I feel. The people of London, the voters of London, they're the ones that elect and vote for city council members. So to me, I feel like it's kind of an injustice if there is a vacancy to allow the people that you voted for to say, well, we're just going to pick our buddy. Why not take it back to the people, like you said, and allow the people to make that decision? Because being a council member and being a city council member that's an effective council member is one that I feel like is there to serve the people first. They put you there, and you're there to serve the people, to listen, and to hear the concerns and all that about the people, you know, about the city. And you got to be able to work, you know, it's the legislative branch, which is the city council, and then the executive branch, which is the mayor. And we've not seen that thus far. We've just seen the city council over here and the mayor over here. And there's been multiple times that the mayor has reached out and said, hey, let's work together. Let's put our differences aside. But it's not been that way.
No.
And that's why there's so much division in London now.
So out of all of this, where was the turning point for you?
When was it you're like, listen, if I'm going to pack all this weight, I'm going to run. I will make a change. When did that happen?
That happened probably. I'm going to say the big turning point in my life is probably the Frisch's incident.
Okay.
Now we'll do the videos after the break, but you can go ahead and set up what we'll.
Yeah, like I was really getting bullied a lot online, places I would go, just the stares and the looks that I would get from certain people.
All because you played the video, the audio. I mean, okay,
yeah, and
we've got video stuff of this that you give us that we'll see after this.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
But you know, like the lady that I said that was the wife of the council member, that after that meeting she approached me. So fast forward a few weeks later, I'm sitting in traffic on Main Street in London, and I had been trying to contact my dad all day. So I'm pulled up off of one street like this way, sitting on a hill, and I look, and my dad is first in line over here to my left at a light. And he's
so you've been ignoring your calls all day there.
Well, yeah, he was on the phone. And so I ease around and I roll my window down. Well, as I roll my window down, I'm hearing LFUJJ, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just absolutely somebody's hammering me. And I look, and directly behind my dad in traffic is the same lady. Same exact lady. So I just pull over. She's flipping me off, you know, and I pull over into the median, and it's the middle lane or whatever, and I'm roll my window down and I just start recording. I'm like, hey, why are you flipping me off? Why are you doing that? And she's like, you put my address, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you put where my kids, no. Okay. Why? I didn't flip you off. She said, I know you, I got you here on court. I videoed you. And she was like, well, I did flip you off. So she admitted to it. You know, I posted her on Facebook doing me that way because I just wanted people to see. So that happened, and then just all the things that the council were doing. And if you look back in 2025, I don't think that any of those council members that's currently sitting there now can tell you 5 things that they did, that they passed, an ordinance or anything that was in the betterment for London. I don't think there's 5 things. I don't think there's 5 things they can do. Their whole goal in 2025 was to remove the mayor. That's all it was.
And it worked briefly.
It worked briefly. Yes, it did. And so I was like, you know what? The turning point for me was, you know, I feel like, Paul, Jericho, I feel like that we're all born with a gift. And I feel like when we're born, that God gives us a gift.
I believe that too.
I believe that people go all their life sometimes and not know what their gift
Never identify their gift.
Now, you may have the gift to sing. He may have the gift of
I wished
Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? He may have the gift of running this equipment or whatever. You know, people has a gift, and I feel like that when we're born, I feel like, well, the Bible even speaks about it. If you know the Bible, and Jeremiah says, "Before you were born, I knew you." Like
I mean, my man Ronnie knows the Bible front to back.
I feel like, you know, before we're even created, when we're born, that we have a gift. God gives us a gift. Now, I know what my gift is, and I've known it for a while. My gift is people. I love people. I mean, I really do. I love people. And I have a gift of people. You get around me, you know, now, don't look back at my life in the last, from 2024, probably from 2020, 21 to 2024, because I was a mess. I was a train wreck.
Let me just say, you spent the first 5 or 10 minutes trying to identify who that guy was. You talked about it being costing you a relationship with your son, so reflected on your business, and not to play the statistics card. But do you know how many alcoholics happened during the COVID area time frame? Yeah, and I'm not trying to get us kicked off or anything, because every time I mention COVID on this thing, but when people are cooped up in their houses and they can't go nowhere and this and that, the drinking went crazy. And that's not to make an excuse for you, but it seems like you had a pretty put together life, and then there's a moment where a lot of things are actually happening. That there was a big break.
Yeah, there was something that happened. You know, I always enjoyed, you know, going out and drinking a beer here and there. And when I played golf, I enjoyed drinking a beer.
I've heard you're not very good at that.
Golf?
That's what they say. That's what they say on the chat.
We have to play sometime. But what really broke me and just drowned me in that bottle, I had a best friend of 25 years. And he got diagnosed with cancer. And he would come back from his hospital visits and his doctor visits, and I would have to drive over to his home. And I watched his hair turn orange. And you got to understand something. This is a guy that I had been with and talked to multiple times a day for 25 years. I known him. And he was a pastor, evangelist, and just a daggone good guy, man. There ain't nobody in the world that would ever say anything bad about this man. And I had to sit and watch him shrivel down to nothing and watch that ugly disease just rip through his body, and him still believing God was going to heal him. And his hair turning orange and him getting down so fragile that when I would go over there and lift him up out of the wheelchair, there was a certain way that I would have to grab him to keep him from, it would break his bones because his bones are so fragile. And just watching him go through that, it's like I couldn't get it out of my mind. And like all I did was drink and drink and drink. And then I developed a habit that it became, my body became so addicted to that alcohol that I was basically, when I quit drinking, I had looked back and I was drinking 12 to 18 Michelob Ultras a day, and I were drinking 2/5 of bourbon a week. I was spending $260 on alcohol. And it was a lot. And my body, once I stopped, my body would, like, after a few months, I would be like going down the road or talking or whatever, and it would feel like the insides of my body would shake, just vibrate constantly. It was wild for a while. And, but, you know, I'm glad I'm not that way anymore. And those people that knew me then and for the past few years now that hasn't seen me or talked to me or spoke to me or been around me, they only know me from then. They don't know me now. I'm a totally different person. And there's multiple people that you can ask that's been around me that will tell you the same.
We've already had one person vouch for you in the chat, Holly White.
Oh, yeah, Holly, yeah. She was one of my good customers and friends at my business. So
back to city council stuff.
Okay.
because we needed to touch on your past. We needed, because there are people that's going to come in the chat that's going to try to tear you down about it. So I wanted to kind of let you kind of get ahead of that, speak on it, give you that. But the city council, why is it, or what are you going to do different if you become a member of the city council?
Well, you know, I'm just going to be, if I'm voted in, if I'm elected as city councilman, I'm just one person. There's going to be 5 more people elected in. The one thing that I feel like that really is going to grasp people's attention on what I can do, number one, I'm definitely going to speak up for you, because there's nobody that has done what I've done, and that's not a bragging right, but
I would say it is.
We've all talked about corruption and how it is, but for somebody to get up and play it, that would be somebody I want to speak for me. I'll be your voice. I don't want to see this city council race in London this year as a popularity contest like it has been before. I don't want it to be don't go out and vote because of somebody being popular in the city. I think it's time that the people vote for somebody that can be an impact and an influence on the city of London in a positive way. Now, with me is, even with my small business, you got to be proficient in budgeting. You got to be able to look at budgets. You got to be able to manage those budgets. You got to look at these ordinances and the things that the city needs, not just now, but in maybe the future. When, what if you're not there? You've went ahead and moved London and stepped it in the right direction. Because if I'm elected, I'm not saying I'm going to be there for 20 years. You know, I'm kind of big on term limits myself. You know, hey, after a few years and you get it moving in the right direction, let some more people get in there. Let them keep moving it, and that's what happens. But what it's going to take is, it's going to take a group of city council people coming together, okay? And we've got to put our personal differences aside. You know, if Mayor Weddle's elected, or the other people are elected, or whoever's running for mayor is elected, then we have to, as city council, we have to put our differences aside, and we have to work with this executive branch to make sure that London keeps moving in the right direction.
What happens if some of the existing members get voted in and you're voted in with them?
We have to put those differences aside.
They gonna try to vote him out.
Well, I mean, that's, there's already some tension there, right?
Yeah, so, there is.
So
and
how do we work through that, right?
You know, we've got to come together, and the only way that anything can be unified, in my opinion, is that what really causes division, to me, is a lack of communication. Mm-hmm. So we've got to come together as a whole and sit down and look at each other and say, hey, what do we have to do to bring us together and keep moving London forward? And that's my thing. I'm willing to work with anybody and everybody, although they may have a difference in a personal opinion about me or about anybody else. It's not about me. It's about the people of London. And that's not what it's been about this time. It's not been about that. It's all been about the council versus the mayor versus the council. We have to be unified and bring London forward.
I'm just curious. We'll be taking a break soon, but okay. Who is paying for the council's extra attorneys?
So, I think in January 2025 meeting, they the council voted to form a subcommittee. With that subcommittee, they went ahead and made a vote to hire their own counsel. So, when they hired their own attorney, they're not paying for it. The taxpayers and the citizens of London are paying for that.
So that's for a sub council? Is that how it was explained? The reason why I ask is the city has already has counsel.
Yeah, correct.
Larry Bryson is already the city attorney, but then the city has additional attorneys and people. And what blows my mind is that there is a lot of litigations floating through London right now. There's a lot of people sued, a lot of people suing the city, a lot of people suing other people. And, you know, Melissa Jones kind of ties it all together. And I'm not trying to act like I'm anything like Melissa Jones. She belongs in her own category, and I think she's great. However, it just seems counterproductive that the same people that are working for the city have ties to people suing the city, right? And then your stuff started in January where they were reaching out to you, is what you said tonight. And they've created this subcommittee to hire an attorney in January, right? And am I just misunderstanding all this? Because it all seems like a long plan, don't it?
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the meetings, you can put this together. Anybody can. That current council's plan for the year of 2025, we're going to get rid of the mayor. We're going to get rid of the city attorney. That's what their plan was. And their council meetings and their ordinances and the things that they have done this year or last year has proven that. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch every meeting.
Listen, I'd love to invite anybody currently on the city council on the show to explain it to us, because maybe I'm just speaking ignorant. It very well could be, but I would love for someone to tell us otherwise. I'm sure a lot of people would like to know. I mean, including people that support you or whatever. People just want answers.
Well, it's not too that we just, you know, I mean, we don't want them to just tell us otherwise. I mean, I want receipts, and that's the reason why I was like with JJ, you know, I need to see the receipts before I say one way or the other. I'm willing to listen to their story. They can come tell me their side all they want, but they're not going to sway me until I see some receipts, right?
Right.
So, what would the master plan be, though? You know, like why get rid of the mayor?
Money.
Why? Yeah.
There's always money behind whatever kind of plan they're.
Well, if they're wanting rid of the current mayor, does the city council? Does the city council? Yeah. Do they get to appoint?
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
I know they did briefly, but wasn't there going to be a vote after your word after the litigation?
The judge shut it down. There was a judge that said, "Hey, too much is going on right now to bring in another mayor."
Yeah. I know they briefly appointed her, wasn't it her? That one lady?
Yeah, Tracy Hanley, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
They I know they briefly appointed her, but wasn't that just to, you know, get Randall's litigation stuff handled, and then after that was done, they was going to actually vote for a new mayor?
No.
Or was her being appointed like permanent until the next actual election?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever they appointed. And that's the thing. I mean, you know, that's what we was talking about earlier about when a vacancy comes open, you know, the people elected Randall Weddle as mayor. So we feel like, Paul stated it, I feel like, I don't know how everybody else, I mean, let them ask us what we feel like. I feel like if the people voted for Randall Weddle for mayor, then if there's an open vacancy that needs to be filled, I feel like that the people, it needs to go back to the people and allow them to vote who they feel like will do London the best job that they can.
Well, I mean, just like Eugene Smith said Monday night, give me 4 years. If you don't like me, vote me out. You know, if he won, give him his time, and if you don't like him, vote him out.
Yeah, I like that, and I want to say something because of my past, and there's been some issues with some current council members right now. I mean, we had one council member that, you know, he dropped an N-word he got into a domestic issue and, and all that. And, they kind of blow that over. But there's no accountability. There's nobody.
100%. That gentleman should have resigned.
Yeah, I feel like he should have as well.
Just for the integrity of London.
And
that way that you wouldn't be mentioning it right now. He should have resigned just for that reason. That way the London City Council or the London City wouldn't ever be brought back up into that conversation again. He would have done the honorable thing and said, you know what, I kind of acted out of my character. I probably shouldn't be in this position right now.
Right.
Let me get my head straight, maybe run again. I apologize for everybody that I've upset. I'm just mentally not in the right space. Let me step away from this and maybe I'll come back to this later. He should have, just out of respect for the city, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you do. I mean, like I said, man, we all make mistakes.
We do.
And I'm not sitting here and gouging at the guy, but when you hold a political office and, you've got people that you're responsible for, such as the citizens of London, you're out here working for them, and you do something, you make a mistake, then you need to be held accountable. And that's something else too, see, with this ethics board that you can research upon. With no ethics board, there's nobody in place to hold the city council accountable. Now, with me,
But wait, there is an ethics board.
Well, that's what they're saying. So there's a discrepancy there because the mayor is the one who's supposed to appoint the people to the ethics board.
That's what they met about tonight, correct?
I think so. And the council is supposed to approve it. But the people that the mayor has appointed thus far, the council has all rejected them. So then when Tracy Hanley came in during Mayor Weddle's impeachment, she went ahead and appointed, supposedly, some people to the ethics board. Well, when the judge redacted and said, if Mayor Weddle goes back in, everything that was done, during that administration, it's voided. So I think they're in court and everything, and I'm not.
To just be
that, so
the devil's advocate here.
Why
didn't Mayor Weddle have an ethics board together when he was impeached? Why hadn't he already done that?
Well, he tried to do it. There were people, I think Jamie Gibson, he's running for city council. He was actually one of the people that Mayor Weddle had tried to appoint to that ethics board, but the city council
didn't approve it.
Didn't approve it.
I see. Now that makes sense.
And I think there's a time period. I think there's like 60 days. Like you have like a certain period of time that if the council doesn't approve someone, you have a certain period of time. And I'm thinking it's 60 days to appoint someone else. And then if the council don't do it, then you got 60 more days. And there's some laws in there that I'm not real familiar with, but I've been studying a little bit about KLC and KRS and trying to get a little knowledge in if I am elected, I want to hit the ground running,
Yeah.
So.
Well, with that being said, let's go on our break real fast.
Yeah, I got to pee.
Yep, let's go potty. Let's go do all that. Let's put our diapers on because people said we're going to have a diaper challenge here.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere, everybody, because after this, we got some videos, and we're going to talk about a few things, and then we get to spin the wheel. And it looks like JJ won the wheel.
Oh, God.
So, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
Are you a jerky jerk?
Oh, yeah.
Dang it.
Hey, let me get a piece.
No can do. This is my last piece of RJ's beef jerky.
RJ's Beef Jerky. Real jerky for real jerky jerks.
You owe me jerky.
Located at 511 South Main Street, Corbin, Kentucky, Sugar Booger's Custom Cakes has been bringing delicious treats to the Tri-County area for over a decade. Whether it be a cupcake, cookie, cake pop, brownie, or a signature one-of-a-kind custom cake that will be the star of any event, Sugar Boogers has you covered. Easy online ordering with polite, knowledgeable staff guaranteed to make each experience easy and stress-free. Go check them out on Facebook or give them a call for a free estimate. Sugar Boogers Custom Cakes for all occasions, 606-344-6595.
Step into Harvey's on Main, where your most cherished moments come to life. Located in the heart of downtown Corbin, their stunning ballroom sets the perfect stage for weddings, receptions, and celebrations of every kind. Relax and prepare for your big day, designed with comfort and elegance in mind. From intimate gatherings to grand celebrations, Harvey's on Main offers a rustic, timeless atmosphere that makes every event unforgettable. Your day, your way. Celebrate with Harvey's on Main.
All right, well, guys, that wraps up the show tonight. Thank you, Jenny Baker, for coming on tonight. We have Eugene Smith coming on Friday.
Eugene Smith.
And then James Jones Monday, right?
Yes, James Jones Monday.
So, guys.
And hold on, let me tell you something. Breaking news, even to you. We have undisclosed information that no one knows. We, No Sugarcoating Podcast, are going to be the first to get it out to the public.
Sounds awesome. So, guys, make sure to tune in on Friday's show. If that's it, we'll just call it a night.
Yeah, call it a night.
Have a great night, guys.
See you.
Hey, dude.
And that's real.
Dude, before you get out of here, I got to take the garbage out. You give me a hand, that way we can get out of here real quick?
You dropped your big mic?
All right, my man. Man, that's an awesome show. Listen, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in what Jenny had to say. Dude, she's got pictures of Bigfoot.
I can't wait for that.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I really cannot wait for the Bigfoot.
Dude, you're the only person that believes in Bigfoot.
And my wife.
Right.
Yeah. I can't wait till she comes back and shows us them videos and stuff.
She said videos, didn't she?
Yeah, she said she had a video.
Dude, ain't nobody gonna believe it.
And then that lady called me and said something about a picture or something.
Her daughter.
Yeah, her daughter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Whoa. What's that?
No way. No way.
Jenny ain't gonna believe this.
Shh, let's think upon it. Dude, there's no way. We're just talking about this. No way.
Lord mercy. What is that?
I think he's pissing.
He's got a tiny pecker.
Shh, 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 shh. Let's go check it out. Because that's him. He's really pissing. Dude.
Why do they call him Bigfoot? Why do they call him Bigfoot? I would be embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed. Getting called Bigfoot with such a little pecker. My God, maybe they just call him Little Stump. Get out of here. Get out of here. Call him Little Stump. Jeez, oh Pete. No wonder he stays hid. I wouldn't show my face in no damn body if I pack like that. It's supposed to be Bigfoot. Next episode, guys.
Kick off your boots, come gather round. We're digging up secrets that can't stay down. Bigfoot's out there in the midnight air. Aliens watching from who knows where. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien, CIA. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. From small town whispers to city lights, we're hunting the truth in the dead of night. Conspiracies spin and the rumors fly. Country Cupid is gonna tell you why. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien, secrets to break. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. Footsteps in the woods, lights in the sky. Some call it crazy, we just ask why. Laugh if you wanna, but you just might see there's more to the world than they want it to be. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot,
You announcing again?
Go back.
We're back. We are back, guys. All right, so the grand thing here, JJ gets to spin the wheel. So,
Like he has no idea what it
yeah,
says.
he has no idea what's on it. I would not let him look at it. I want it to be a complete surprise to him because that's the authenticity of it, you know. So,
And we named it the Wheel of Misfortune.
we'll let you go ahead and grab this wheel right here, or I'll hold it. You spin it.
Oh,
Whatever you want to do.
why don't you spin it for me?
You want me? Okay, I'm not.
He always
I don't have
gets
good
a
luck.
parent
Yeah.
stop.
Let me spin it.
Yeah, spin it.
What does it say?
Ooh, eat 3 Bean Boozles at once. It says eat 3 Bean Boozles at once.
Well,
So you just said you can't do hot ones.
no, I can't eat anything. I've got to have some blood work done tomorrow. So
You can eat 8 hours. Okay, so you have till
That's
what?
after midnight.
Yeah, you have
can't
till
eat
after
something
midnight before you.
for blood work.
So we may be little hillbillies, rednecks right here, but we ain't ignorant. I know how blood work works.
You know what? This is the best. So he wants to skip the wheel and do a Bean Boozle.
But he spun the wheel and now he has to eat 3 Bean
No,
Boozles.
but he
But he
gets.
wants to skip it, and the rule
Yeah,
is
I don't-
if you skip it, you only have to do one.
Well, here's the best thing about this is this picks how many you eat. So you just pull it up and pop it down.
but I need to know what it is because I have a lot of allergies, and I'm being serious.
You got a nut allergy?
Yeah, I do. I have a tree nut. There's
Yeah.
Hey, listen, your fiance says you can eat before midnight, babe.
On our camera went dead over here real quick.
What? How? Why? It's plugged in.
Probably went on like
Sleep mode.
sleep mode, yeah. And then my wife says politicians have excuses for everything.
Yeah, politicians do have excuses for everything. So,
Nope, it won't come on. That camera's dead.
how's it dead when it's plugged into power?
The battery's dead.
All right, so let's just flip this one around then. Flip it to you guys. And I'll just be vocal.
Yep.
How is that even possible?
Or he can spin again if it's allergies, but he's reading now, so
Yeah.
you might have got the easiest just by.
I spun it again.
The camera was on you already.
Here you go.
What do I do?
No, he said that he could spin it again. You'll have to let that thing charge up because it wants to shut right back off.
All right, so just pick that top up and drop it. Pick it up and drop it.
Probably got 2.
There you go. Those are the ones you got to eat.
Have to eat them?
Yep.
Okay.
Could be dead fish.
We're going to throw that one away. He didn't even know that one fell out.
Yeah.
Just throw it away. So you want to look on the back and see which ones you might have got of that
I'll
can?
get Jericho to help me. Jericho, I have
A blue one. Okay, now you want to save that one for last.
That's either going to be
That's gonna be a good
toothpaste
flavor.
or berry flavored.
Yeah, that one is either toothpaste or
okay.
berry something. Blueberry. Yeah, let's say
What about this one?
yellow. Is there any specks in it? Yeah, there's some specks in it. So I would say that yellow one is either banana or wet dog.
Wet dog. That'll be the first one you want to go for.
Okay.
And we'll know exactly.
Yeah,
what
you either got banana or wet dog.
Yeah.
That was in.
That's a wet dog.
Wet dog.
That was a wet dog. Hey, listen, JJ's the only one that's got that wheel ever
So that's
of the guest.
you're very popular. So popular. They
He
wanted.
can't even talk now. That taste.
Hey, just go ahead and hit that
Hey,
blue
got the
one.
Toothpaste. Go
The
ahead.
blue one will take care of it.
Give Kelly Green that to eat. Oh, God. I'm going to do her that way.
That'll take care of the wet dog.
I bet that was toothpaste, wasn't it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll kill that taste.
I'll eat that.
Yeah. Jericho trying to get you to eat
Ah,
3 of
jeez.
those. Been my luck. I'd have got 3 wet dogs.
Leanne says my legs bouncing like Paul.
Yeah, that's what I do. I bounce my leg just like that all the time.
It's just a habit.
Yeah.
All right.
That went
So,
late.
all right. So now let's go ahead and let's get right back into it. Because I mean, we've got videos, we got everything that you've sent to us. That way we can share with folks that if they don't believe something that you've said, those are the receipts that you've brought. Okay, so the camera's not going to be on me, but you'll get to hear me.
Yeah.
In the background. So, Ronnie, do you want to tell us the first video, and then do you want to set it up for us?
I'll let him set it up. You started talking about Frisch's is the incident.
Yeah, so we're going to go back to Frisch's. So,
right.
Like I said before, I had 2 run-ins with this lady who's, the wife of a council member. And then in March, late March, towards the end of March, my fiance comes home from work, and I said, "Hey, you want to go to Frisch's, grab some breakfast?" And she said, "Yeah." And so we got ready and we went up to Frisch's. And
you can't beat a big boy breakfast, you can't.
Yeah.
Do it.
We went up there and got some. Breakfast, and when we walked in, and I went up to the breakfast bar, I looked back and I noticed that there sat the council member that I had played the recordings of, and this was actually the first time that I had ran into, saw him in public.
Yeah.
I had saw him a couple times, but I don't think he had saw me, and I just got what I needed in stores and left. So I get my plate of food and I go over and I tell Melissa, my fiance, I said, "Hey, look, he's back here. Let's just eat and get on out of here." And so my eggs were cold. She went to get me some more eggs, and when she came back, and as I was eating, I hear, "Hey, you bad language," and there really wasn't hardly anybody in there. And I looked over, and he had said something and had looked back to the person that was behind him. And he looked over at me a couple more times, smiling, blowing kisses, trying to, rile me up.
Yeah, antagonize it.
It's what he said first that got my attention.
So when did you start recording?
Recording
is the video that we're getting.
That is actually the footage from Frisch's. That's the surveillance security footage.
Yeah.
Because what happened was when he, provoked and was, bad mouthing me, and then he walked up to the counter, he kept turning and looking and laughing, and I'm sitting here trying to eat breakfast with my fiance, and I'm not bothering nobody. And I just got up from my seat and I approached him, and the only thing that I said to him was, "Hey, I'm not going to be bullied and intimidated any longer." And he said something back, and I can't remember exactly what it was, and then I dropped an F-bomb in Frisch's. And I said, "Hey, I'm not going to be effing bullied and intimidated by you or your wife any longer."
Now, is this video got audio?
No, unfortunately, the Frisch's doesn't security have audio. But when I said that,
so we need to preference this with allegedly this is how that conversation happened.
I'm just giving you my
right.
Right.
But when I dropped that F-bomb, the manager came out and he said, "Hey, sir, I can't have that in my store or restaurant. You're going to have to leave." And I said, "Well, I've got food over here that I haven't paid for. Let me pay for that and we'll leave." Well, my fiance, she's embarrassed because I dropped the F-bomb, and he's like, "No, you don't have to pay for it. Just go ahead and leave." And we left. And then after we left, we went somewhere else and ate breakfast, and then went home. And later that day, I went and played golf. And as I got through playing golf, I got pulled over and was arrested.
Okay, so let's see the big boy footage first.
I'm going to set it like that so you can kind of talk through it.
Yeah, I'll kind of tell you. And like I said, all this is moderated and with my attorney's approval and everything. And this footage has never been seen.
So this is the new stuff you were talking about,
I've
Jericho.
not made
Yes.
this public, but I won't, because I've been blasted for months and almost a year of people saying I did this and I did that at Frisch's, and I want, once again, the people to see the truth. And this is just won't even scratch the surface of what happened to me.
All right.
Do the other video first.
The other of the interview with the woman.
No, is that the only surveillance video you
Yeah,
got?
it's the only one I've got.
Okay, can you just start over just for a second? Kind of slow down. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, so stop. Can you stop right there?
I can't pause it.
Okay. So he's in the green shirt and he walks up to the camera. Now you can't see it real good, but see the green shirt at the camera, at the counter.
Right here.
About the middle right side of the screen top.
You want to?
The middle right top of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to now that way,
There's walking to the counter.
yeah, that way people see it. You want to start over just one more time.
All right.
And I apologize because you barely can see him. This is a bad camera angle, but see him walk up to the counter,
Oh,
correct?
okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can see just the waitresses and stuff, and there's a gentleman there sitting at the bar. And but see how he's turned? He's turning back towards me. Now here in a moment, you're going to see this gentleman look over in the direction to his right. And that's when I'm saying, hey, I'm like, hey. See him turn? Now there's me. See me? I'm in the blue hoodie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And see me, and then you see me walk away. See that? That's me in the hoodie. And that's when I'm saying, hey, I won't be bullied and intimidated by you any longer. And then I dropped the F-bomb once I said it again, and then I just walked away. Now, that is all that happened.
Okay. Now you also give us a video of
Later that
a waitress.
day.
No, of a waitress.
So what
there's
happened was later on that day, okay.
Does the waitress video happen before what you're talking about?
when the investigation they done with the waitress.
So later on that day, the council member, I guess he went to the sheriff's office and filed a complaint. Now, keep in mind, okay, Frisch's didn't call the police. Okay, nobody at Frisch's called the police in regards to that. There was no reason, for the police to be called. It was a simple conversation. Was I loud? Probably. I don't hear really well, so that's why I'm loud in here. I'm not going to be bullied, intimidated any longer. Then I dropped the F-bomb, sent it again. Okay, so he goes allegedly to the sheriff's office. He files a complaint warrant. Later on that day,
saying that you were threatening him,
saying that I were threatening him. Now, when he went and filed this, the Laurel County Sheriff's Department sent out a couple of guys, and they went and did interviews. They did an interview with workers at Frisch's. Okay, and I actually have a body cam footage of one of the interviews.
Can you play that, Ronnie?
That's the one you sent me of the waitress?
Yes.
Where we're taking out the name and phone number, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
He came up to be checked out.
What is your name? Well, I need a good contact number from you real quick.
You want me to give it?
Just whatever you want to do. You know your number off the top of your head? Okay.
606.
You were checking Mr.
We're taking.
Okay. So what happened from there?
The other guy came up, started screaming, "Don't bully me."
The look like?
He's kind of big, had a blue hoodie on.
Okay. So what provoked him? Do you know? Just...
I don't know. And Anthony said he didn't know. He said he didn't even know the guy.
Yeah. So Anthony's checking out, and this guy just starts yelling at him.
Out of nowhere. He kept saying, "You're not going to bully me. Your wife's not going to bully me." That's what he just kept repeating over and over and over.
Okay, so what happened next?
So the manager comes out. There was a guy up there checking out with Anthony, and he kind of stepped up. And he was like, "There's not going to be none of this." And the manager came over, said the same thing, and then the manager asked him to leave.
The guy in the blue?
Yeah, the guy in the blue hoodie, yeah.
Okay. Anything else from there?
Not really, that's about it. Him and his wife got up and left.
Okay.
But Anthony was saying he didn't know him, but I feel like he had to have known him somehow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't see that just happening out of the blue, you know what I mean?
Okay. Is that all you know about it?
That's it. That's all that happened.
That's all. Thank you.
Hey, that waitress should be a detective, right? I mean, obviously, he knew you.
Obviously, he knew you.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't even the waitress.
Play that back because she says that he kept saying over and over that he didn't know me. After 2 months, 100,000 people is viewing it from the council meeting. He didn't know me.
Right.
Yeah.
And he talked to you directly on the phone, had your phone number, your texts, and would say that he didn't know you.
Didn't know me. Had no idea why. No.
Well, even the waitress confirmed that's all you said.
Okay, so there's a receipt, right? See,
Right.
It's good to have receipts. Now, I've not released this information because there's things that's going on. I'm still in court over this, you know, and you got to understand something, okay? The first time I went to court, they offered me a year in jail over that.
Really?
A year in jail.
In Laurel County?
In Laurel County, they said if I pled guilty, they would give me a year in court or a year in jail. A year in jail. If you go back and you watch the surveillance video, a 12 seconds of me saying, "Hey, I'm not going to be bullied or intimidated,"
or even you yelling.
Right.
Even you yelling.
I'm basically approached him and let him know I did not threaten him. She admits I didn't threaten him. I kept saying I'm not going to be bullied or intimidated any longer. Now, on the citation that I'm arrested for, it says that I approached him and said, "I will kick your effing ass," which calls for basically that's a threat.
Yep.
Well, the waitress
Never mentioned.
The waitress didn't say you
Never
said that.
mentioned. So my question is this.
Now this leads to the next video.
Right.
My question is this. How can someone go, anybody, how can anybody go file a complaint, seek after a complaint warrant on you or anybody else, and the sheriff's department investigate it, okay, with that witness statement? How can they be issued? How can a warrant be issued? Now, you got to understand something. There's a process in order to file a complaint warrant. Having it, you have to file a complaint warrant with the sheriff's department or the city police or state police. That complaint gets sent to the county attorney's office. The county attorney's office either approves it or they don't. If they approve it, then they send it to a judge for a warrant to be signed electronically. All these steps are done electronically. There is no more paper warrants. So you don't see deputies or police officers out serving warrants by paper any longer. So you go to the sheriff's office, you file a complaint warrant. They type it up, they send it to the county attorney's office. Once the county attorney's office receives it, They approve it or disapprove it. They send it up for a judge to be signed electronically. Once it's signed electronically, then once it's entered to the system, then that's when it comes up on your, like if you get pulled over or anything, it pops up on your system to where, you know, if you get pulled over, hey, this guy's got a warrant.
Let me just say, I'm ignorant to how all that works. I don't know after you swear the warrant out, the processes. So I'm gonna have to take your word on that. I don't know.
Well,
that's how it happens. I'm just clarifying for anybody to be like, oh no, they're letting him do it. I don't know.
Now, when you dig into this, and this is part of open records, body cam footage. You can get body cam footage on anything. It's all part of open records. Feel free to get it for yourself, review it if you want to. So I know how that works. Okay, I've asked about it. Okay. I actually called a county attorney's office, the county attorney's office one time, and I said, hey, I'm looking to get a warrant on somebody, blah, blah, blah. I need to know if it can be served. They work out of town. I'd like to get it served 2 days from now. Oh, no, we don't know if we can do that. I said, what do you mean? Well, there's a process. And they explained the process to me. So keep in mind with this situation, because it's political, because of who it's involved, because who showed up at the sheriff's department's door, okay, a complaint warrant was filed by the sheriff's department, okay? It was approved by the county attorney's office, and then it was signed by a judge, and then it was executed in less than 6 hours. Now, I know that don't sound like...
You find that very suspicious.
I find that extremely suspicious because it's...
I also find that suspicious.
I find that very suspicious, but... I've seen...
I've seen the wheels of justice spin very fast for some and very slow for others.
Well, there's...
And in all cases, I have suspect myself.
There's reasons why I have those suspicions, you know. I mean, it's right. It just boils down. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, you look at how I was pulled over, why I was pulled over.
Let's get in there because we have footage of that, right?
Yeah, because it's very interesting.
You want to go ahead and play it, or you want to set it up?
So yeah, let me set it up for you first. So, like I said, when me and her go and eat breakfast somewhere else, I take her home.
Because it says you guys were asked to leave.
Yeah.
You guys were asked to leave. You did so, no problem. You left. So obviously you're hungry. You're going to go somewhere else to eat.
We went somewhere else and ate. I take her home and I said, hey, I'm going to go play golf. So it's the end of March. It's beautiful out. I grab my clubs. Me and a buddy of mine go play golf. It's about 4:30ish. And I actually get a phone call from a deputy, for someone who works at the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. And they said, hey, the council member came down here and got a IPO on you, an interpersonnel order, and said it's kind of like an EPO, but in any ways, it should have never happened anyway because you're supposed to be in a relationship to get an IPO, and that's more law stuff for those who know that. Says if you'll come down to the sheriff's office in the morning and go ahead and get it served, you can get that started right away. And I just felt weird about the whole thing playing golf. I was like, man, this guy's probably went and tried to get a warrant on me.
Because you knew before golf or after golf?
No, I just had a feeling during golf. I'm like, this guy, he's probably going to try to say I did something, blah, blah, blah.
What would make you think that about him, though?
Because I'd been chased, I'd been followed, I'd been retaliated against multiple times.
Right.
Before this happened.
Right.
And I just figured any chance they could get to get back at me,
they'd take it.
They're going to take it.
Right. And that's what I wanted you to clarify because there's a lot of people that would just say, see, if he thought that, he knew he'd done something.
Right.
So there's a few events in our lives that we go, we know bad things are about to happen.
Oh, I can feel it.
Get set up in it.
Well, because, even when you get hot-tempered.
Yeah.
Listen, that exchange could go badly for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by hot tempered, I'm not saying cussing anybody or anything. I'm not going to be bullied or just being loud at a public place.
Well, it's who you're facing, right? Because it would be like if I went up and I'm just going to throw the Mayor Corbin up, right, and started yelling at the Mayor Corbin, I know something's going to come at me pretty quick just because of who she is.
And you know, I had posted multiple times. There was times people, I could hear them driving around my place at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I was being followed. I was being stalked. I was being videoed. I post that. And what's so funny is that I would post that, and then people would be like, "Oh, it's a bunch of lies, lies, lies," and I would actually show pictures. You know what I'm saying? And videos of me being harassed and bullied online. And it's because you have one side that's for the council, then you have another side that's for the City of London, you know, and no matter what you say or do, but here's the problem. The city council say the same thing at times. Oh, we're being harassed. People who support the mayor harass us, bully us, follow us, blah, blah, blah. But there's never no pictures. There's never no proof of that. There's never been an instance of that. You see what I'm saying? There's never been a receipt of that.
Mm-hmm. Let me guide you back to where we were. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got a gut feeling playing golf.
I got a gut feeling playing golf. So I asked this when this person who's with the sheriff's department calls me and says, "Hey, you got an IPO?" I just say, "Hey, well, what about a warrant?" And they said, "Well, let me check." It's about 4:30, and he comes back and he says, "No, there is no warrant."
So IPO is just kind of keep your distance thing.
Family, like EPO, keep your distance, you know, blah, blah, blah. But in order to get an IPO, you have to be in some type of relationship, meaning me and this council member had to be like dating or in some kind of romantic relationship. That's what it's intended for, okay? But so fast forward, it's about 4:30. I go home, and I live in town. So I go home, and I pull into where I live at, and I said, daggone it. I said, she's got to work tonight, and she's wanting chicken and dumplings. I'm going to run up to E.C. Porter's. So I run up to E.C. Porter's, and as I make my turn to where I park at, I think I see that council member's wife's SUV, the one that pulled in, the one that stopped me in the road that day. And I said, well, I'm just going to go on to Kroger. So I come out of E.C. Porter's, and I made a right, and I went down by South Laurel Little League baseball fields and made another right and started on 192 towards like Walmart and Kroger. Well, I'm driving down through there, and I go through the lights at 229, and then I'm coming up on the lights where the 25 and 192 is, and the McDonald's sits here on the left.
Yep.
And then I look, and right here at Yaden's Auto, I see 3 Laurel County Sheriff's deputies all in a row. Well, when I go through those lights at 25 and 192, those 3 vehicles give their blue lights, and they pull me over.
And that's what the footage.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Let's go ahead and roll that bean footage.
All right.
Beautiful bean footage.
Just so
now you got to keep in mind, I've already been told by someone at the sheriff's department that I don't have a warrant on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there's, just for our viewers, there's no audio for some of this, so don't try to crank it up and then.
Yeah, what he's telling you is correct. What'd she say?
She said, I shut down my warrants on.
Okay.
So there's no audio for this at the moment, but it'll pop up and get really loud when he turns his audio on.
Yeah.
And it's already been blurred out, obviously, for reasons.
Traffic stop here at 192 and 25 across from McDonald's. Brick for 47, please. 696 Victor Young,
seen that.
Lincoln. 696 Victor Young, Lincoln.
Who's that guy on the phone with? Now, is that your car? Hold on.
You got ID on you?
I got an ID on me. Yeah. What's the warrant for?
Well, I'll tell you as soon as I run your ID, okay?
So they don't even know who you are yet.
Oh, that guy knows me. But he says he says there's a warrant for me, and I asked what the warrant is for, and he says, well, give me your ID, you're going to have to confirm it. So they don't know if
We'll check it here in a second. We'll go ahead and do this first. Okay. All right.
they can't confirm if I have a warrant or not at this time.
Well, I got oil to break for you.
You got two on the other side. That's not a normal traffic stop.
I'm about 400 pounds up there. I don't know if they thought I was going to run off or what, but I won't run nowhere.
Break for no oil. 29 check.
29 checks. So they're going to check the warrant right now.
John 94-445-675. Hey, man. 675. John 94-445-675. If we go 10-15, we home. Let me drop that off, and then because she's fixing a liquor shop. We'll just confirm this warrant. We'll go from there, okay?
Trying to confirm if I have a warrant on me.
Right. But that's odd because they said they had a warrant on you before they even got your ID, and that's not even your car.
Right.
So
that's not even my car.
They knew that was you.
So what happened was,
well, who was he on the phone with?
He's on the phone. You saw that too?
Yeah, I see. Every time his arm got in front of it, it had a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen that phone number?
We all noticed he was on the phone with somebody.
Yeah, he was on the phone because when he got behind me, he hit end call.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, me knowing.
Oh, then let's not get into speculation.
No.
Yeah.
Just.
I don't think the viewers are ready for this.
No, I'm not. No, this ain't speculation. I was just gonna say something. Me knowing you, I know you dug into it.
Oh, I noticed.
I know you called the phone number.
He was on the phone. I just can't understand why they're trying to redact it.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to blur that out?
Well, it looked like their body cams. Do their body cams automatically do that?
They try to blur that number out.
Oh, they
it kept blinking, kept popping up.
I didn't know if their body cams.
I got curious
because their hand moved in front of it, and the redaction tracking, because they probably used an automatic redactor.
Go ahead. You got curious.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to find out who. I thought it was interesting because of this. Play that second video. I don't want to give it away right now.
Right. Now, is the audio already on?
Can we ask the audience just to guess who he was talking to?
Well, they can guess. Go ahead. If you guys got a guess on who he was talking to, go ahead and throw it up there.
Yeah, so just take a wild guess who that officer was talking to.
And we probably won't confirm that, but you're welcome to call the number, I guess.
No, I'm going to confirm it. I can confirm it.
Yeah, what he's telling you is correct. What'd she say?
She said, I shut down my warrants off.
Okay, I think it's from an incident that happened this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What else?
I don't, we work second shift. This is all I'm going off of. It's just what I've been told.
I understand that, but I'm traveling this way, and you guys are people. And you, how did you know? How did you? This ain't.
There was a caller behind you that called us.
Oh, somebody behind me.
Somebody had told us that where you were, yeah. And we knew you had a warrant, so we conducted a traffic stop. Anytime we know that someone has a warrant, we have to arrest. It's a shell arrest. Yeah, we got 3 cars behind us to make sure that you're safe and you're not going to get hit.
But I'm not going to. Well, I'm worried about my woman's story.
Where it goes, you go to jail.
Right.
That's
So
how this video ends.
After a period of time, even though they after a period of time, they finally confirm that I have a warrant on me. So let's think about this for a second.
And they said someone called it in.
They said that somebody was following me, a caller that were he says a caller that were following you. They called it in, they were following you, said you had a warrant on you.
Yeah.
So let's think about this for a second.
He was on the phone with somebody.
He was on the phone with somebody.
And he just said...
Probably the caller.
Yeah, probably the caller.
That said you had a warrant.
Because in that video, he said...
Because they said they were right behind you.
Yeah.
So that is real time, right?
Let me, but that's the thing, and I
hold on. We need to get to.
I'm going to ask though if that's normal procedure.
That citizens do police work.
Citizens follow. How does a citizen know that somebody has a warrant for him?
That's a damn good question, Roddy.
I mean, the police officer, he didn't know that I had a warrant on me. He said, "Give me your license. We're going."
No, he knew you had a warrant. He knew he had a warrant.
James, listen. Mm-hmm. In that first video of the police cruiser there, there was a good 1 to 2 seconds where it showed the phone number. I know you called that number.
Yeah, I found out who it was.
Who is it?
It's Elijah Jarvis. I told Melissa Jones it was Elijah Jarvis. The reason that I told Melissa it was Elijah is because Melissa does a great job, and a lot of people gave her a hard time about pounding on Elijah Jarvis, the Phelps crew, and all the people. Because you got to understand something. Elijah Jarvis has been on videos of escorting council members to place the agendas up on the city hall windows.
Yeah.
With a gun on his side. This guy's out following me, and he's on the phone with the officer that pulls me over.
Okay, so for everybody that don't know, who is Elijah Jarvis?
Yeah, I don't know who.
Well, he's always with the Phelpses. So he's always with Jimmy and Phelps and Doug Phelps, and he's escorting councilmen.
He's also running for council or on the council,
he's
right?
Suing the mayor.
Okay, that's what it is.
He's someone that's suing the mayor, and Melissa does a good job, and they hound her and say, well, she's only on the mayor's side, because she gives the facts out about these people, and she ain't gonna believe this. I told her, and it's shocking that I have to sit here and deal with all this crap that's going on, and then people get on here and just look at them. They're leaving now. See, here's the thing, Jericho. When you give people the facts and they see the truth, they still don't want to admit, hey, this guy's telling the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand that. Where is the transparency? Where is that's all we hear.
That's hilarious because that Tessa Justice stayed long enough to watch them videos. She saw the facts as we saw them just now.
And we asked the question she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
We asked you to talk about the bathroom.
We're going to talk.
And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
That is weird. I'm just going to say.
But the bathtub, I did it for a reason. Man, Jericho, I didn't go in no
Don't listen to Jericho.
No, okay. So did I do mine first or did you do yours?
What's
the video? Your bathtub. Did I do mine before you?
I don't know. When did you do yours?
Oh, God, it's been a couple weeks ago.
A bathtub video?
No, the one you was talking about.
His diet.
Oh, the one.
Where I was stretching and
yoga?
stuff.
Yeah. I did mine before yours.
Oh, okay. Well, see, but we done it under the same concept. You know the video I done where I was stretching, doing push-ups, and talking.
Let him tell.
Well, I'm just telling mine.
Okay.
I'm asking
Nobody
you.
asked about yours.
Yeah.
That's
about you.
All right, so I done a very similar one, and this is what aggravates me with her comment there is I done a very similar one, but I done mine because I wanted to see who would look past what I'm doing and listen to what I had to say.
Right. And me and you were kind of on the same page with that. So what happened was after the council meeting in February, when I played the audio recordings, a few days later, I went live to explain, because a lot of people had questions. Why did you do that? Well, so I went back to my marketing days when I used to sell newspapers and cars, and I thought, what would be a way that nobody else has ever done a Facebook Live before that would really just grasp people's attention, not just about what I'm saying, but how I could reach out to people to get them to talk about, hey, this guy did a Facebook Live doing what? And I said, I'm going to go live from my bathtub. Mm-hmm. And man, Melissa, she was tripping. She was like, please don't do that. So I put my swimming trunks on. I put me some bubbles in the tub, and I got in and went live. And that is all that other side can think of and talk about. This guy went live from his bathtub.
They just jealous because you got bigger tits than him.
Let's skip the fact that I've been bullied.
Disclaimer, Jericho does not mean what he says.
And stalked. I got pulled over. I had a warrant on me. The officer don't know if I've got a warrant on me. He's trying to confirm a warrant, but Elijah Jarvis is on the phone with him telling him I have a warrant. So is Elijah Jarvis a part of the sheriff's department?
That's what my question would be, because normally citizens don't know if you have a warrant.
And
would they follow them?
And let me make this statement. I don't know if John Root, the sheriff, has saw this or not. I don't know. Right. I've not talked to him about it, okay? But it does raise a lot of concerns as why people are, why didn't he call dispatch?
Well, yeah, why call the officer directly? How would a citizen even know what officer?
Well, they can dispatch. They can dispatch They can dispatch to the officer from the sheriff's department.
But it wouldn't show up on his caller ID that way. It would show up.
No, it could. It could.
Could it?
It could.
I don't know. Maybe.
I was targeted.
We need to be on the side of caution here.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it's possible. I guess I don't. That would be. I don't know if they have special.
I mean,
but yeah.
Obviously,
the number to call.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, people are remembering your bathtub thing or whatever.
I'm famous for it.
And it's one of those things where it did get the attention you were wanting it to get. Mm-hmm. Right? Because that's what you said. You really just wanted
it. Diaper.
Yeah, he's not running for city council.
You saw this guy's legs and his big white.
But that's what
my God.
Good comments, bad comments. It's all bringing the algorithm. But
you basically saw from like here up,
right?
Bubbles.
Yeah.
This guy walks behind a counter.
He's got his whole ass crack hanging out in the video. I do too.
Well, that's what I said.
And then the next day he's out here stretching like you seen him stretch Armstrong dolls.
Listen, I about had a damn heart attack when I watched the stretching video.
Oh, I was like, God, dude.
He didn't warn me or Ronnie, neither one, about it.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I got something so funny I want to show you. And then I'm like, what?
I mean, he was like the Karate Kid.
I said, what is this, man? This is like a Wish Nike commercial. What are you doing?
Which is the difference is I embrace mine.
Yeah.
just go with the flow.
So let's go back to what you were saying there before we jumped into the bathtub about who the Phelps and Elijah are, because I don't know.
Well, I don't know that we should talk about the Phelps because they're not running for anything.
They're not running for anything.
They're not running for city council. So they may be the puppeteers.
No,
this is what people say.
But see, I don't even know who these people are.
But they are not running for an elected office that I know of, and I just want to kind of keep.
So what we have, and we can't verify that it was Elijah to begin with that called.
I can verify it.
Well, that right.
I have receipts of that.
So what we have is a civilian that's not in any office, not in any form in police.
No capacity
to
any of that. Just a citizen.
A citizen, regardless of who it is right now.
Right.
Following somebody that they know has a warrant that was less than 6 hours old.
And the police officer even said a citizen called it in
and told us where you were.
He said they were following me behind me.
Yeah, following and behind you. So that's the fact that I can go with, regardless of who it is. Is that normal operating procedure for a police department? That's my question.
Well, and he called at 4:30 and asked if he had a warrant on him, and they said no.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
No, I got a call. Yeah.
How does a civilian find this person in a completely different vehicle, because that's not your vehicle, know that you have a warrant?
Right. If you run the tags on that vehicle, it does not come back to me. But the thing I looked at, and I looked at it because I like to look at everything from all aspects and all point of views. My thing is, what if I'm that deputy sheriff and I get a call on my personal phone? Hey, JJ, I'm behind so and so. They've got a warrant on them. Well, what's their name? Okay. Well, I'm going to look them up to see if they've got a warrant on them. Okay. I would do that first.
Right.
But to initiate a traffic stop when I didn't break any laws.
Well, why are we skipping? Why are we skipping the fact that there were 3 of them?
Right.
Well, I mean,
one is
sufficient.
One is okay.
You know how fast I am, bro.
But 3 of them, all in a line.
Well, the 2
waiting for you to cross. What I guess it would be 25, right?
Right.
The 2 standing on the passenger side, they look like they was ready.
Well, but there were 3 vehicles, so it was
3 officers, but 3 vehicles.
So I mean, that's 3 county deputies. What to me would appear, just speculation, is waiting for you.
I was
at that junction,
and
I was being followed.
Because you were being followed. They said you're being followed. They told you that.
Yeah.
So that would lead me to believe that somebody was behind you the entire time. They're like, listen, we'll be right here at this junction. Let us know if he changes paths. And there's 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I see it. Again, just my speculation.
It's definitely, I was definitely targeted. I mean, there's no questions about it. And furthermore, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that those deputies treated me bad. They didn't treat me bad.
I didn't hear them talk bad to you.
Listen, they cuffed me up front,
which is very favorable for a fat guy.
Because I'm so big, it's hard for me to get my hands behind.
Right.
And, I mean, I'm sorry. I said fat. You meant big.
No,
sorry.
I am. But at that time,
you said 400 pounds.
You know, I've lost like over 60 pounds since that happened.
Congratulations.
I was huge. But like I said, man, I wish none of that happened. And there's more to it than all this. I mean, there's a lot more to it than all this. But at the same time, it's something I'm going through. And something, hopefully, that the people finally can see the truth of what, some of the things that I've
had to encounter.
And when I got on social media at times and I posted, hey, I've been followed, I've been stalked, I've been bullied, it's not just words. It's truly what I've experienced and what I've felt and what I've had to deal with.
Well, that alone is enough to say, I want things to change.
It's a lot.
I'm going to run for council so I see this doesn't happen to somebody else.
That's exactly right.
That's enough in itself.
Okay, so that brings me to the point where we got to close here pretty soon. But you can't be the only one that's happened to.
That's right. That's true.
I mean, it's had to happen. That type of behavior, if it is corruption, doesn't go away and doesn't just spur up. It's had to happen before, and it will happen again. See, my thing with drugs, alcohol, and power, right? Everybody says money and all that stuff corrupts people. It doesn't. It exposes corruption that was already there, because a person with integrity will always have integrity.
Yeah.
Corruption will just be exposed with more power, more money. So if it's done it once, then it's done it before.
Right.
So who else is out there that it's been done for?
And you know, my thing is, before we close, and I want to make this statement, is that I just feel like that in these small areas, you know, that we live in, that people want to use their power as a way to get things done personally for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you go by what your training said when you first became a police officer, what you swore to do to protect and to serve. And that's not taking place right now because there is division. And until that division is annulled and done away with and people come together and work together, why would the sheriff's department be against the city, and why would the city be against the sheriff? You can't nothing can work that way. You need to work together. You have to work together. And that's what I want to do, guys. I want the people of London to know that, hey, I'll speak up for you. I'll stand up for you. I'll do the right thing. And when they say, well, you've got a pass, yes, I got a pass. But I wanted to make this statement earlier when we was talking about the other council member doing what he did. But let me make this statement before we close. If the people of London elect me to fill one of those seats as city council, and I get out here and I do something that I shouldn't do, I make a mistake that brings embarrassment upon the city, me, myself, my family, and everybody that voted for me, I will resign, effective immediately. I get out here, I get pulled over.
See, I can applaud that. You
know,
yeah, that's honesty, that's integrity.
I mean, hey, that's the way it should be. And I've always been that way. I've always been accountable. As many times I've made a mistake, got on Facebook and been like, guys, I'm sorry. Even on my store pages at times when I've done Facebook Lives, I would say something or make a mistake. But, excuse me, I always found a way, hey, I'm man enough. I did wrong. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Let's move forward. And that's what we do.
Are you on the ballot? Do you have a number on the ballot?
Number 6 and 26.
Number 6 and 26.
May 19th.
James Jones, May 19th, City Council. We'd also like to invite anybody else running for City Council or on City Council to the show. Before we end, we have the 3 questions. Quick fire 3 questions. Do you believe in ghosts? Paranormal?
No.
No.
3 across the board.
Bigfoot?
No.
Aliens?
No.
You can't fool the sky with nothing.
Told you, 3 across the board. Anybody that answers no on the first one is no across the board.
I got you.
So, guys, thank everybody for tuning in. If there was any questions that you had, I hope that we got them answered for you. We ask JJ every question that you ask us to ask him, and he responded to them as honestly as he could.
Hey, listen,
well, and you brought facts too. You didn't want to just talk about this stuff. You wanted to show it.
No, with everything that's going on, man, it's not hearsay or rumors or gossip. I wanted people to see and know the truth. And, you know, and I had to consult with my attorney first. Right. It's not something that I had to do on my own. But I wanted to say this. Each and every person that commented, that joined this podcast, that commented, I seen a bunch of haze. I know all you guys out there. I appreciate you for tuning in and supporting me. Hey, listen, the ones that got on here and don't support me, maybe they said something in a negative way towards me. Hey, look, let's get together. Let's talk about it. Let me give you an opportunity to sit down and get to know me now. You know what I'm saying? And if I've done anything to you, you know, in the past or whatever that's caused you to disagree or dislike me in any way, let's talk about it. Let's move forward. And that's the only way we can be. Let's just all come together and make sure that we get people in office that'll do the right thing, stand up for the right thing, speak up for the right thing, and move our city forward. I appreciate each and every one of you all here today for allowing me this opportunity to be on this podcast.
And you've got more videos, too, that we didn't.
I've got more. I've got a court date approaching soon. Once everything gets resolved, we may get together and do that and whatever you guys want to do, but appreciate that. So,
well, guys, have a great night. We will see you on
Friday.
Yes. Who we got coming on Friday?
Well, let's see here. We actually have a Laurel County native coming on. His name is Alan Dopel. Figured as a citizen's perspective, you know, touch up on this stuff a little bit. Figured that'd be a nice twist to it.
Don't think I know him.
Maybe you should get to know him.
There we go. Shake hands. Hey, by the way, I'm going to be having a fish fry in April. Invite you guys down. You guys like some fried catfish? Fish, or
I'm not a big fan of it, but you know, I'll wet the whistle.
And then if you know anybody that like sings, I'm looking for like bluegrass or country or something like that.
Yeah, we do.
Christian. If you know somebody that sings, that'd be interested, come down and picking a tune or something. I can't play anything. I'm gonna do the bongos or something, but look here, bring me something home to eat before I go to work, babe.
All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Okay, appreciate you.
Located at 511 South Main Street, Corbin, Kentucky, Sugar Booger's Custom Cakes has been bringing delicious treats to the Tri-County area for over a decade. Whether it be a cupcake, cookie, cake pop, brownie, or a signature one-of-a-kind custom cake that will be the star of any event, Sugar Boogers has you covered. Easy online ordering with polite, knowledgeable staff guaranteed to make each experience easy and stress-free. Go check them out on Facebook or give them a call for a free estimate. Sugar Boogers Custom Cakes for all occasions, 606-344